All right, good morning. Today is, today's lesson is May 1st, Thursday, May 1st. Prophecy Again. And we're in the second quarterly. Illusions, Images, Symbols, How to Study Bible Prophecy. The remnant church was born in the New World, precisely where those seeking religious liberty had fled during the 17th and 18th centuries. Given the long-standing religious and political obstacles that existed elsewhere, it is doubtful that the launch of this movement would have been as swift or powerful in some other location as it was here in the new land that became the United States. Read Revelations 10, 1 to 11. I saw still another mighty angel coming down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was on his head. His face was like the sun, and his feet like pillars of fire. He had a little book open in his hand, and he set his right foot on the sea and his left foot on the land. And he cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roars. When he cried out, seven thunders uttered their voices. Now when the seven thunders uttered their voices, I was about to write, but I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, Seal up the things which the seven thunders uttered, and do not write them. The angel whom I saw standing on the sea and on the land raised up his hand to heaven, and swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created heavens and all the things that are in it, the earth and the things that are in it, and the sea and the things that are in it, that there should be delay no longer, but in the days of the sounding of the seventh angel, when he is about to sound, the mystery of God would be finished, as he declared to his servants the prophets. Then the voice which I heard from heaven spoke to me again and said, Go, take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel who stands on the sea and on the earth. So I went to the angel and I said, Give me the little book. And he said to me, Take it and eat it. It'll make your stomach bitter, but it'll be as sweet as honey in your mouth. Then I took the little book out of the angel's hand and I ate it. And it was as sweet as honey in my mouth. But when I had eaten it, my stomach became bitter. And he said to me, You must prophesy again about many peoples, nations, tongues, and kings. That was the entire chapter. Why didn't they just say read the entire chapter? Alright, that describes the birth of the movement. Look for some of the elements we have studied, such as the nations, the land, and the sea, applying appropriate caution so that you do not read too much into the passage. What potential insights can you find in this account? Well, that's not something that I can just recite in under 10 minutes. The angel is standing on the sea and on the land, so that kind of means that whatever he's saying, it's going to cover both the sea and the land. Whatever's going on, whatever's happening, it's going to happen everywhere. Everyone's going to be affected by it. The angel cries with a loud voice, much as the three angels of Revelation 14 and the angel of Revelation 18 do. This is an urgent moment in history when the work of the remnant church is established for the sake of many peoples, nations, tongues, and kings. The angel holds a little book, likely the book of Daniel, which is open for the first time in many generations. He has one foot on the sea and another on the earth. This might be in reference to the idea that the message covers the globe, both the old world and the new. It might also be a reference to the idea that this message is for all nations, those who live on the land and those who live in the Gentile sea. The world, at long last, will be lighted up with the glory of God. And the final messages of Revelation 14 are carried to everyone. As with Israel, our mandate as a church is to preach the gospel in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come. That was Matthew 24:14. God is pushing human history towards this grand conclusion, the end of human empires and the permanent enthronement of Christ. Read Daniel 2, 34, 35, 44, and 45. The Bible makes it perfectly clear, without any ambiguity, that all these worldly kingdoms will be eradicated, without a trace of them and all their ugly legacies left, and will be replaced by God's eternal kingdom, where sin, suffering, sickness, evil, and death will never rise again. Won't that be wonderful? Discussion question. Look at how accurately the prophecies of Daniel 2 and 7 predicted the rise and fall of these worldly empires. Yeah, in Daniel 2 it was gold and silver and bronze and iron, and then iron and clay. The gold kingdom, that was Babylon, and no other kingdom ever rose up to be as great as Babylon ever again. The next one was a little bit stronger, but not quite as valuable. And the next one was stronger, but again not as valuable. And then the Iron Kingdom, the Iron Empire of Rome, that was split into two. First there was the pagan Rome, and then papal Rome. After Emperor Constantine marched his entire army through I think it was the Tigris River, and said, "Okay, now you're all Christians," and they're all like, "We are? Okay." And then it just kind of degraded from there. Why should that accuracy, amazing if you think about when Daniel was written, help us trust him on the promise of God's final eternal kingdom? Well, that's easy. If someone can tell you, if someone can predict something that is going to happen, then what they're going to tell you generally can be trusted. What they do tell you generally can be trusted. I'm not talking about these, 1-800 dream people. Now, I can tell you things you've never dreamed of. That was a popular one. I forget her name, but it was this psychic who was like, "I can tell you things you never dreamed of." I was watching TV with my father one time, and he goes, "Oh yeah? I'd be more impressed if you can tell me something I have dreamed of." And I busted out laughing, but he's right. Tell you things you never dreamed of? No. You want to impress me? Tell me things I have dreamed of. Be like Daniel. Anyway. All right, have a nice day. See you tomorrow.